George Michael, Mary J. Blige, they did a duet, a featuring. George Michael featuring Mary J. Blige. I'll Be Loving You Always. It's true that I can't say all the words, but I have them on my mind right now while the video is recording. I have something to say about myself deceased that way. I am the dream weaver who is speaking, and the dreamer is also myself, but myself is not speaking as the dreamer right now. I'm the dream weaver who's speaking. The dreamer does speak, and I did make a number of threats as the dreamer. But I don't have karma to be here on the threatening that I am the dreamer. I am here as the dream weaver at this time, and I'm having the same difficulties I had as the dreamer when you didn't really acknowledge that I'm speaking for myself. It's true when I speak that I'm speaking with and through and for and about myself. That's why I have a voice that sounds just like me. America is full of many stolen voices, and all the foreign language voices, those are all stolen from English-speaking voices. So, how many voices are there in God? There are many, at least 500,000, and that's what's wrong with it. I don't have enough karma to be here. I have a voice of my own that's elsewheres, that's been deceased, so that I can be here and speak that I'm elsewheres. I have a voice of God in karma that doesn't know God anymore, and that is Ardeen Neon. She wants to be the voice of God, and she doesn't have karma to be there. She has genitals. She stole an apartment by saying she had the voice of God. She didn't think there was anything mentally wrong with that, and she hospitalized myself 19 times totally, just about myself having diagnosis mental illness, because you don't pay out your keys on time, and you did that on purpose to myself. And I wanted you to know that I'm shouted out of the threatening, and when you put a shot injection of Halidol into myself, it doesn't really undo that it's shouted. That's why I shouted again, and I shouted right at the people who gave me injections of Halidol. They didn't give to somebody else in my favor. Well, why are you like that? Why would you give a shot of Halidol to somebody who doesn't want it if you could give it to somebody who wants it, like a corpse or a cadaver? If you see a cadaver, you can give it a shot of Halidol. If you see somebody alive up and walking around and they don't want a shot of Halidol, don't give it to them. Well, you're behind on that threatening. You don't understand that with yourselves. And I don't need you in the formed world for any reason. There's no reason to ask you. You are the debt. And I don't know how to reform you and put you back in the formed world again, because this is the lowest world. You've been reformed before. And I'm here now means there's no more of that. You need something else in the afterlife that has to do with your relationship with yourself and God. And you don't have any sort of relationship with other people, unfortunately. You don't really get along with them. You don't really know what to do with them. You don't know how to be yourself around people who are not yourself. You don't know what to do with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. I don't know how to help you. I have my own 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and I don't afford to know you with mine. I know who I am. I know what I am inside of a Godhead, but I don't afford to know you with my Godhead, because you talk to me without me being able to say no to you. You nail me right in the ears, and it's like as if my eyes could hear you, and that's the wrong threatening. My eyes can't hear you. My ears can hear you. Listen to me state the order, and that's what you can afford to hear. And other than that, you say you don't understand, or you don't want to hear it, or you don't know me, or you don't like me, or I'm not yourself. And that's what you can afford to hear, is I can state the order, and that's as much as you know. And that means you have exhausted the threatening, and you don't belong in this formed world anymore. That doesn't mean that I don't belong in this formed world anymore, because I'm not like you and you're here. You're not here. I'm here. You're not due here. You're illegally alive. You have genitals that are illegal, and you don't know how to stop the threatening that your genitals are illegal. I've already said my genitals are illegal to myself, but they're not illegal to you. I have genitals is how you have any genitals at all, and you're supposed to be sorry to God that you have illegal genitals. And you're going to go out of them kindly because you still have to be with yourself after that. You still have to see God after you die. You act like when you die, you're going to forget that God ever made you. And you don't remember anything that happened in a life, but what are you going to do after that? Because you don't have a life anymore with yourself. You're going to be able to see alive and not go into alive with yourself. And that's what's wrong with what you are. You've gone into alive by having done that, and now you won't alive yourself that way anymore. And that's you being God. That's you treating yourself like God. You're God to yourself, and you don't alive yourself anymore. Can you hear me say this? You're past that. You're doing a prison and died already. Are you still a very good person, well behaved on money, and you blend in with society? That's not good because society's doing prison from the very beginning of itself. Because I'm here, because I'm God, because I'm me.